The first time my wife betrayed me, I didn't know it yet. The second time, I felt it in my chest like a cracking bone. The third time, I was standing in the back of a wedding hall, listening to my stepdaughter call me nobody into a microphone, and everything I had ever given this family finally collapsed inside me. 1. The hook, the wedding. The wedding hall smelled like roses, an expensive perfume, and false happiness. White fabric draped from the ceiling. Golden lights. A string quartet playing something soft and hopeful. Everyone was smiling, except me. I stood alone near the back, hands folded, wearing the only suit I owned, the one I bought 8 years earlier when I married my wife. Elena, the bride, Lily, my stepdaughter, stood glowing at the altar, 24 years old, smart, beautiful, successful. I helped raise her. I paid for half of that wedding. And when the microphone reached her hand, she laughed nervously and said, "Before I thank everyone, I just want to say how grateful I am for my real family, my mom, my dad, and everyone who actually mattered in my life." People chuckled politely. She continued, "Some people think they're important just because they were around, but being around doesn't make you family." Her eyes flicked toward the back of the hall, toward me. "Some people are just nobody." Laughter again. My wife didn't look at me. The room tilted. My ears rang. And that was the moment the past 8 years of my life came rushing back. Every sacrifice, every lie, every betrayal I had ignored. 2. 8 years earlier, when I met Elena. I met Elena when I was 41 and she was 38. She had just come out of a divorce. 2 kids, Lily then 16 and Marcus then 14. Her ex-husband, Victor, had left when the business collapsed and never looked back. I wasn't rich. I wasn't flashy. I was steady. I worked as a mechanical supervisor at a manufacturing plant. Long hours. Good benefits. No drama. Elena cried on our second date and said, "I just need someone who won't leave." So I stayed. I helped with school fees, dentist appointments, college applications, late night talks, math homework, driving lessons. I stood in the rain at Lily's high school graduation. I sat in hospital waiting rooms when Marcus broke his arm. I skipped vacation so Elena could start a small boutique. I gave them my whole middle age. And I was proud of it. 3, the first crack. 3 years into the marriage, Elena's phone started living face down. She laughed less. She started working late more. I asked once gently, "Everything okay?" She said, "Why do you always make everything heavy?" I apologized. That was a pattern. 4, the second crack. The second betrayal came at night. I overheard Lily talking to her biological father on the phone. She whispered, "Mom says not to tell him. He's still paying the tuition." I froze in the hallway. Not to tell me what? Later that night, I asked Elena. She said, "Don't be paranoid. You always do this." So I swallowed it. 5, the third crack, the discovery. 6 months before the wedding, I found the emails. I wasn't snooping. Her laptop was open. A message popped up. "Can't wait to see you again, love." Last night was everything. The sender, Victor, her ex-husband, the man who abandoned them. My hands went cold. I read months of messages, hotel receipts, plans, promises. When I confronted her, she didn't even cry. She just said, "You were safe, but he's familiar." 8 years. Reduced to safe. 6, why I stayed. I didn't leave. Not then. Because Marcus was in college and needed stability. Because Lily was getting married and Elena begged, "Please don't ruin this. After the wedding, we'll figure everything out." Because I was tired. Because I loved the kids. Because I still loved her. 7, back to the wedding hall. Now Lily stood at the altar, calling me nobody. My chest felt hollow. And then someone else stood up. The groom's father. Mr. Andrew Collins, tall, gray-haired, dignified. He adjusted his jacket and said calmly, "May I say something?" The room quieted. He turned toward Lily. "I've known your fiancé since he was 5. I taught him that character is built by the people who stay when things are hard." He looked straight at me. This man stayed. Murmurs rippled. He paid for your education. He showed up to your games. He carried your family when your father disappeared. Lily's face drained a color. If you call him nobody, Andrew said, then you don't understand what family is. Silence. Elena finally looked at me. Her eyes were wet, but something in me had already broken clean. 8. The end, walking away. After the reception, I didn't make a scene. I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I simply took off my wedding ring and placed it on the gift table. Then I walked out. Outside, the night was cool and quiet. For the first time in years, my chest felt empty, but it also felt free. I drove home, packed one suitcase, left a note on the kitchen counter. You didn't lose a husband. You lost a man who held everything together. I started the engine, and I didn't look back. Epilogue. 3 months later, I moved to a small town by the coast, found work at a local plant, started sleeping through the night. Sometimes, late in the evening, I still thought of Lily's voice calling me nobody. Then I remembered Andrew's words. This man stayed. And for the first time, I stayed for myself.